Today we'll be installing nVidia card driver in Fossapup64. For me, it helps because on my video editing software, it allows for hardware acceleration, so it makes my video much quicker. As on a default, though, when you enter this command of lspci-k and pipe it into a grep with this particular, I'll put all this detail in the description. But when you do this, in my machine, it recognizes nVidia card Quadro K610M. And also it states that it's using a default Nouveau driver rather than nVidia, so we need to optimize display with the nVidia driver here. I understand it helps significantly in a gaming environment, although I don't play games on my Linux machine. Go through the steps, and all this information that I'll be giving you is best in detail is on the puppylinux discussion forum under board index of advanced topics, additional software and drivers, and with this topic here as the title of the title. So how to install nVidia driver and run package. So the first thing that we need to do is get an nVidia driver, what's called a run package. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll switch over. So when you look at my card here, make a little. Needs to go there, and then under Quadro you'll get several choices, and my machine is a notebook, so with the nVidia card, so Quadro says the notebook is proper. And then you have to find the for me it's a K610M, K16M, which is here. And then obviously Linux 64, and production branch is the more stable version. And then simply search, and then it tells you which driver you need, and go through the download, and then download again, and then now it gets downloaded. Okay, so that's the first step. So we have it downloaded. Now we'll go back. Next step is to get a couple of packages for Fossapup64 that will allow proper configuration of the compiling of the driver. So we've done the nVidia run, and then next thing is we'll have to get a couple of packages. So from the terminal we can just simply type sfs get, and then you have to get devx, this here, Fossapup64. So devx, we need that. We'll go ahead and go ahead and download that, and it will go through. Now it took about 5 minutes to download the driver DEVX. So next, you should. I get a little window here. It says, "Do you want to load DEVX SFS?" Yeah. Okay. Yes. We want to load it so we can compile the run driver. So we can go ahead and quit here. So it's successfully loaded. So now we need to get hold of the header, Linux header. So we'll run that program again, and then we need to get a kernel sources file. Now if you have more than one kernel sources file, for example, I get more than one from my Xenial pup64, then you need to pick the one for the correct Linux kernel, and you can find out the correct the kernel number by uname-r. So then for me is 5453, which is correct. So we'll go ahead and download this now, and we'll again wait until it gets downloaded, and I tend to use the third one, distro. We'll download the SFS file, and we'll let it go ahead and do its thing. Now at the end of the downloading the kernel header, you get this message. So do you want to load kernel resources? Yes. And we'll say OK, and then it'll load it into memory. Kernel has been successfully loaded. Do not remove. OK. So OK, good. Quit. OK. Next step, what we want to do is to go ahead and get nVidia pet file here, which you just click here, and I'll give you write down under the description, and then I've actually already done it. So we'll just go to here, nVidia pet. This is my download folder. So root downloads here, and here is the nVidia driver, and here is the pet file that we just downloaded. So all we have to do is just click, and then do you want to install this package? Yes. It has been successfully installed, and we'll take a look at under setup, see if it's confirmed that it's successfully installed, and we'll go ahead and look at the setup, and nVidia update graphics and driver. So there is a menu already there, so that's been done. So next thing we want to do is put the driver in the MNT home directory. So we're gonna move this into here. So we'll get an escape, and we'll go ahead and copy, or we can just copy it into here. Okay, so now we're ready for the next step. So we have it in the so we install the pet, and then we'll just doubly confirm that is we have all the SFS files loaded. So we'll go ahead and F12, and then go to SF load on the fly. So there are two files, DEVX and kernel. So it's all loaded and it's ready to go. So that's good. Okay. Now we need to compile the driver. So let's see how I can do this without crashing everything. So we'll go ahead and activate F12 again, and go to get nVidia get update in graphics driver. So we'll go ahead and start this. Okay. So you have to be very careful here. So that I have plenty of free space, and the DVX packages or the kernel source packages there we just checked, and um, so there I have to specify where the nVidia driver is. So we'll go ahead and so we know it's under MNT and home. So here is the nVidia driver, and we have to specify and then OK. Then it will know where to find it. So we'll click off silent because we like to see all the messages, and we need to make a make SFS and then reboot. So if you obviously it's going to stop screen recording, but I'll go ahead and take pictures of whatever the next step is, or what happens. Now, as the screenshots indicate, you should have gotten a message toward the end that nVidia driver is installed. But for a final check, we can just go ahead and take a look at the multimedia, and there's nVidia X settings, and it is indeed active and is working with the new driver. So. And also there's a message saying that you can unload the SFS files, DEVX and kernel resources, and we can certainly do that with a an SFS load, and actually I have already done it. So that way I can even delete these two if I wanted to, but I'll just leave them there. And this is a new SFS file that's created, so that's working. And I believe you can go ahead and discard the run file that we used to before compiling the file.